Ellie Smith, N0880011. How has the CPD you have completed this year enabled you to enhance your skills and progress towards your goals?
So my goals focused on my biggest weaknesses, which I identified in the competency matrix table. And I identified that as commercial awareness and personal branding. So my 3 to 5 goals did really central around improving those two specific skills. And I think I have reached my goal in increasing my commercial awareness, but that's a goal I don't think you can ever complete. But I definitely feel more comfortable with it. And that's because I completed a range of CPDs, such as listening to more business podcasts, going to more talks. So an event that NTU held with loads of different businessmen, and they spoke about how their day-to-day businesses run, what sort of problems they've encountered, and it just made me feel a bit more aware of what sort of problems to expect in a business environment. And I thought I did really think about what sort of things I needed to know, and I thought about sustainability as quite a pinnacle one. So I read Bill Gates's book, How to Avoid a Climate Crisis, and I thought that was a really good thing, an eye-opening book to read, because it really laid down the foundation of what we need to do in our society to really to lay the ground for sustainability instead of just building on top of things that currently aren't circular. And I definitely feel like that is the future of business. So I thought that was a really key and good CPD to engage with.
Can you tell me about a time when you solved a problem for your employer?
So when I worked at Revolution Bars as a sales and events coordinator, a real problem that I saw was the lack of sales during the week, which meant we were heavily reliant on the weekend to hit the target. And we had so much space in the venue that just was not being optimised during the week. So I thought about trying to get in a different clientele, and it occurred to me to host networking events and reach out to the local businesses who don't necessarily come to our restaurant / bar club nights, and offer them the space, which soon led to a lot of interest. Then we were able to start charging room fees after we'd built up an interest in a growing clientele. And ultimately that led to a pickup in midweek sales because we were optimising the venue space as a hire, and then also after events were finishing multiple times a day. So like when we had an event in the morning, then we would have a rush of people using the restaurant for the breakfast and the coffees, and then we would have events in the evening, like networking events, or even people hiring the space for dance. We would have a pickup in a late night drinks, dinners, and that really solved the issue of the drop in sales. So then we were able to increase the sales midweek, which ultimately led to us surpassing the target. And that's an initiative at Revs that I'm very, very happy to have solved for my employer.
What qualities do you think you bring to a team?
I would say 2 qualities I really pride myself on that I bring to a team are my attentiveness and my creativity in being able to solve a problem. For example, when I wanted to increase sales on the weekend at Revs on the bar, I thought the best way to do that is to train the people I was working with. Which meant if they were better trained, they could increase their sales per hour because they have a quicker speed of service and they're able to successfully get upsells to customers. And so I tackled that by hosting training sessions with them as a group, and also working one-to-one with individuals to help them in areas where they're not that comfortable, and really drilling into the team, how to make cocktails off the top of their head and how to use the speed rail successfully and navigate where they are on a bar. And ultimately, learning really small techniques like that can be the difference between making a cocktail in a minute to 30 seconds. And from hosting 6 Zero to Hero, that I called them, training sessions, we started to see a massive difference in sales. And 2 bartenders that were at the bottom of the weekend sales, they were the top takers of the weekend and continue to be top takers throughout, just because their confidence on the bar. And I think they're 2 qualities I brought to a team, from one, spotting the problem and being able to come up with a creative alternative that was fun and engaging for everyone around me, and doing that successfully and implementing that.